People often ask, how do you avoid litigation or mitigate against it? And my approach is to approach litigation from a non-ego perspective as a business. So people come to you and they say, I'm going to kill that person, I'm going to sue them, I've been taken advantage of. And you feel their pain, you discuss it. But at the end of the day, you say to them, look, do you want to enrich the lawyer or do you want to kind of win the battle and the war? People want to win the battle and lose the war, not okay. So you have to approach it from a common sense perspective. So the first thing is every case has a value. People think, oh, we're going to 100% win and we're going to get everything we want. No. I'd rather settle a case for $100,000 before spending $100,000. So what often happens is litigators are paid to fight. So what will happen is you'll run up a $100,000 litigation bill and then you'll end up settling for $100,000. Wouldn't it be better to do a $5,000 analysis, come up with what the case is really worth, and settle for $100,000 than spend $100,000 and then settle for $100,000? So that's one trick, is just trying to get the emotion out of it and approach it from a business perspective. The other thing is, don't negotiate with an empty gun. If you look at somebody and you say, I need $1 million or we're going to war, you're going to war if you don't get the $1 million. And so you negotiate down from a position of strength. I'm often asked, how do you avoid expensive litigation, or what's the most practical way to approach litigation? And the answer is from a business perspective. If you have an emotion attached to the litigation, hey, feel the pain, discuss it, but then come back to a practical approach. Instead of spending $1 million on lawyers and then settling for $1 million, it's better to do the analysis and then figure out how to settle earlier. So every case has a value. And if you work on that instead of fighting and you keep your ego out of it, you get a better result. Litigators are typically paid to fight, and my approach is to sit people down, do the analysis, and then try to settle. The other thing is, don't negotiate with an empty gun. If you go to somebody and you say, I need $500,000 or we're going to court, if you don't get your $500,000, you're going to court. So don't bluff. At the end of the day, come from a position of strength, know what your client's willing to do or not do, and people sense fear. It's like dogs bite you when they think they can get away with it. People are the same way. You have to walk your talk.